Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a financial paradox that honestly baffles millions of people. We're going to completely dissect the reality of a six-figure income in America right now. Because let's be real, if you've ever wondered why hitting a massive financial goal didn't just magically solve all your problems, you're absolutely going to want to pay close attention to this. It's a phenomenon that goes way beyond simple math, and it taps deep into the psychology of how we actually perceive wealth. So, picture this. You've worked incredibly hard, you've climbed that corporate ladder, and boom, you finally hit it. You're making 100 grand a year. For decades, this specific six-figure number has been held up as the ultimate classic American milestone, right? Think about that exact moment you realize it finally happened. Maybe you're furiously typing your new salary into some online tax calculator to see your actual take-home pay. Or maybe you're calling your parents to tell them you finally made it. When you see that paycheck notification pop up on your phone, plus $8,333 for the month, this massive wave of relief just washes over you. You literally picture yourself sitting at your kitchen table at night, opening your laptop, and feeling completely 100% at ease. You expect this number to be the magical threshold where financial stress just vanishes forever.
Well, here's the incredibly strange paradox we need to talk about. A few months roll by, and you realize something is seriously wrong. You're still checking your bank account before spending $50 on a random Tuesday night. You're still sitting at that kitchen table, bills scattered everywhere, feeling that familiar pit of worry in your stomach. You're still desperately waiting for payday to roll around just so you can cover your credit card bill. So we really have to ask this jarring question. Why does it still feel like nothing? How on earth can someone make $100,000 a year, hit the absolute dream milestone, and still feel completely, utterly broke?
All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the $100,000 illusion. The absolute most crucial point to understand right out of the gate is that feeling broke at this income level actually has very little to do with your base salary. It has absolutely everything to do with what happens after your salary goes up. Let's say a few years back you were making $60,000. Now, life wasn't perfect, sure, but you figured it out, you learned how to survive on it, and you made it work. Then, you get that big promotion. Suddenly, you're making $100,000. And right here, this is exactly where the invisible trap springs shut, because you don't just earn more. You immediately start living like you earn more. You move from a basic, perfectly fine apartment to one with stainless steel appliances and a fancy gym you never even use. You trade in your ultra-reliable, fully paid-off Honda for a leased luxury SUV that runs you $900 a month. Those quick weekend Target runs? Yeah, they suddenly turn into high-end boutique shopping sprees. Everything in your day-to-day existence just gets a little bit nicer. Your lifestyle expands perfectly and quietly to just swallow up your brand new income.
So the core problem is pretty obvious once you map it out. Your income shoots up, but your lifestyle spending matches it step for step. Every single new dollar you earn is a brand new dollar you spend. Meanwhile, your actual savings? They stay completely flat. The gap between what you earn and what you keep is exactly the same as it was back when you were making $60K. Your basic phone just became a $1,000 phone, your cheap takeout became $80 dinners, and at the end of the month, the sheer math leaves you in the exact same precarious position.
Which brings us nicely to section 2, the lifestyle inflation trap.
We really need to uncover the underlying psychological gears turning inside this invisible trap. Because honestly, it's not just about being bad at budgeting. It's about how the human brain actually processes new wealth. Broadly speaking, we call this lifestyle inflation, but psychologists have a cooler name for it: hedonic adaptation, or the hedonic treadmill. This is hands down the biggest reason people can earn significantly more money over their careers without taking a single solitary step closer to actually being financially free. When your brain's dopamine baseline shifts to expect more luxury, you basically find yourself running on a treadmill. You run faster, you earn more, but you stay in the exact same place financially because your expectations just keep leveling up.
Just imagine your brain gets perfectly, totally used to spending $3,000 every single month. That is your baseline. Then you start making a bit more money. You take a step up. Suddenly, spending $3,500 feels totally normal. Then you step up again, and $4,000 feels normal, then $5,000. This staircase becomes your new normal, and something very strange happens in your mind here. The things that once felt like incredible, rare luxuries, a really nice dinner out, premium ad-free streaming, organic groceries, they suddenly pivot from a rare treat to an absolute human right in your brain. They start feeling like non-negotiable necessities. Your brain doesn't stop and say, wow, I am living so much better now. Nope, it just shrugs and says, well, this is just my normal life. You've climbed all the way up the stairs, but your comfort level just reset completely to zero.
Let's shift gears to section 3, the comparison game.
As much as this is an internal battle with our own brains, it does not happen in a vacuum. External and social pressures aggressively, and I mean aggressively, exacerbate our internal spending habits. We are constantly comparing ourselves. Think about just casually scrolling through your phone on the couch. You see someone driving a slightly better car. You see an old friend buying a massive house in a much nicer neighborhood. You see influencers taking these unbelievably expensive vacations, constantly projecting this seemingly perfect life. And it's not even just our literal neighbors anymore. Social media algorithms curate the top 1% of lifestyles and just feed them to us daily, basically weaponizing our natural FOMO. And as you scroll, your brain quietly, almost subconsciously asks this super dangerous question. Wait, why don't I have that? So to compensate, you spend a little more, but then someone else in your feed spends even more. It is literally an endless cycle.
So, the crucial takeaway here is this: a $100,000 salary stops feeling rich because wealth, for most of us, is perceived as a social comparison rather than a concrete mathematical number. Rich is no longer about just having your basic needs met, it's about having more than the person next to you. And guess what? There will always be someone next to you with more. If the goalpost is constantly moving, how can you ever actually score? That is exactly why the math on your paycheck can never outpace the comparison game going on in your head.
How do we break out of this? That brings us to Section 4, the formula for freedom. The core premise to fixing this is incredibly simple, though I'll admit not always easy to actually do. You have to stop the urge to upgrade everything every single time your income goes up. You do not have to match your lifestyle to your salary. Let's say you get a massive $20,000 raise. It's the perfect example. The trap tells you to go out and upgrade your life by exactly $20,000. But what if you split it? What if you allow yourself to upgrade your lifestyle by just $5,000? You still get to celebrate, right? You still get a very tangible, fun benefit from your hard work. But you take the other $15,000, the massive remaining slice of that raise, and you keep it working for your future. You completely flip the script on lifestyle inflation.
And where exactly does that massive $15,000 slice go? You put it directly into three crucial pillars. First, you build a robust emergency fund. That buys you immediate peace of mind. Second, you invest it for your future in the markets, which literally buys your time back down the road. And third, you use it to aggressively pay off expensive high-interest debt, which stops you from bleeding cash every month. You see, the goal of making more money isn't just to look richer to your neighbors or your followers online. The goal is to become harder to financially destroy. It's about building an impenetrable fortress around yourself, not just painting a prettier facade.
Because here is the profound truth we really need to take away from this explainer today. Making more money can completely transform your life, but only if your spending doesn't grow just as fast. A $100,000 salary absolutely has the power to give you freedom. Or, if you fall into the trap, it can just give you a much more expensive version of the exact same financial stress you had at $60,000. More money simply on its own does not equal more freedom.
The true difference isn't always your income. Honestly, sometimes the most powerful financial tool you have is your own personal definition of the word enough. Think back to that image of you sitting at the kitchen table. When you can sit there with your bills comfortably organized, your savings quietly growing in the background, and you can just calmly close your laptop, that is peace. It's not just the money, it's the control you build over your own money that allows you to finally exhale. More money plus control equals freedom.
But as we've seen today, fighting the urge to spend is a seriously uphill battle against our own psychology, which leaves us with one final, incredibly provocative question. Why does your brain actually want to spend money you don't even have yet? Like, what is happening on a neurological level that pushes us so willingly into debt? Well, that is exactly what we're going to dive into next time. We're going one level deeper into the psychology of spending. Until then, take a good hard look at your own new normal, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.